Hi and welcome on the Global Direct Investment Show. This show is brought to you by Dukascopy TV and offshorepremium.com. Today we will discuss about China. China is only ranked number 90 on the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index, which is all considered a bad ranking. Indeed, China is the first world economy and we could wait for something better. China is a magnet for foreign direct investment because it's the biggest single market, because low cost of labor, even if it's changing, and also because Chinese population income is increasing. So it's a very attractive market to invest. But it is also a very dangerous market to invest, especially if you are a small and medium company. Do not invest in China without first taking legal advice on how to structure your investment. Do not invest in China without first protecting your intellectual property. Whether it is trademark, whether it is patent, you have to protect them. Then, one more advice. If, for example, you are going to invest in a sector where you will have to rely on Chinese subcontractors to manufacture your goods, test them first. Because I've never seen a Chinese subcontractor to get it right first. So, how to invest in China? The first things to look at is whether the activity you want to do in China is among the activities which are open to foreign investment. China has adopted what we call a catalog, a type of list. The first things Chinese authorities have done is they have broken down business activity into 13 categories. Among those categories, you will have agriculture, industry for public utilities, private industry, real estate, finance, and so on. Then China has built three other categories. The first category are all the business activities which are open to foreign investment. The second category are all the business activities which are restricted to foreign investors. This does not mean that you cannot invest, but you can only invest with the Chinese partner as a minority shareholder. Then you have the activity which are totally prohibited to foreign investors. Finally, there is what we call the default category. Every activity which is not listed in category 1, 2, 3 is by default permitted to foreign investors. Once you have identified whether your business activities is open to foreign investment, the next step is to decide how to invest in China. The most common used legal vehicle is what we call the whole foreign owned enterprise. Of course, you can use this legal vehicle only if you are investing into a sector which is open to foreign investment. There are many other legal entities, but today we will discuss about this entity. Of course, there is also the representative office, but it has become less interesting to use it since a few years. So there is no really interest, but for very specific interest activities to invest into a representative office. How to set up a wholly foreign owned enterprise? Alors, It is the Ministry of Commerce, the Chinese Ministry of Commerce, which is responsible of receiving the application. But the things you need to know is before to file your application with the Ministry of Commerce, you have first to file an application with the local authorities where you are doing business to explain them what you will be doing. And you will have to wait 30 days for the approval. Then you can register the company and apply for your business license. Don't believe those who tell you that it's a 1 month process. It's not true. It will be between 3 months in the best case and 9 months in a time necessary to set up your wholly foreign-owned enterprise. What about minimum capital? The first thing, the minimum capital by law in China is $4,980 for a wholly foreign-owned enterprise. The truth is no wholly foreign-owned enterprise has ever been set up with such a low capital. After, what you have to consider is that each province and each city has its own regulation. For example, in Beijing, minimum paid-up capital for a wholly foreign-owned enterprise, it's $18,000. In Shanghai, between $80,000 to $160,000. The same in Guangzhou. But as to Beijing, you have to be careful. Because if you want in Beijing to register a wholly foreign-owned enterprise with $18,000, you can wait, because officer will give priority to applications which have a higher paid-up capital. So once you have set up your wholly foreign-owned enterprise, what benefit can you expect? The first benefit you can expect is the one I mentioned before. They are what we call factual benefits. Low-cost labor, biggest market in the world, power, Chinese people spending power increasing. Those are the factual. As to the legal benefit, you will get tax incentive. The tax incentive will be of 3 different styles. Tax incentive which are general, open to every foreign investor. Tax incentive based on location. For example, if you invest in a special economical zone. Then you have the tax incentive reserved to specific activities, like highly technical activities and so on. The normal corporate tax rate in China is 25%, or 20% for small company with low income. If you got the tax benefit, you can have two options. The first one is that your income tax rate will be reduced to 15% for 3 to 5 years. The second option is that you will obtain what we call tax holiday and not pay tax during 3 or 5 years. There are other money incentive. Incentive on cost if you have disabled people working for you. Tax deduction if you reinvest your profit in China, and so on. So, all considered, investing in China has a lot of advantage. But as I said, you have to be careful. This concludes our presentation on China. This show was brought to you by Dukascopy TV and offshorepremium.com. Goodbye.